Okay, so we were watching Armani here playing Circuit Royale and Sigma, and then Ryan later. This is what they said. How can I improve as a tank? I played my two main characters this game, Sigma and Rein. I feel like I played really bad in this game. I think a lot of bad habits may have showed up in my gameplay. So I want to take an opportunity to learn from the mistakes. The lobby was Diamond/Masters, and I am Armani. I think one of the problems I have is not fully knowing when to hold W to a fight and when to play slow. Any and all feedback is appreciated. Cool. So for starters, I would say that because this is Diamond, I don't know if this is PC or console, but because it's Diamond, I'm not going to explain certainly any of the basics. If you're at Diamond, you already have a good grasp of the game for sure. The only thing I would note right now is that you have a lot of healing between Kiriko and Ana, so I would probably be more aggressive than I normally would with like a Zenyatta and Ana, for example.
Stay put.
I don't know that I agree with the shield. I feel like you're worried about an early Widow shot from here taking somebody out, but like it doesn't really cover the whole space, so I don't really. Oh, you're worried about this Widow. Okay, I get it. I didn't even see that because I fast forwarded past it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I understand that. Widows hard to take damage. Like when Widows take damage like that much damage, they're not gonna re-peek. So, interesting plan. You're intentionally not aiming at the Genji, which is okay. I mean, I think I would pressure out the Genji anyway, but you're landing good shots on Sigma, so I don't mind it. Once he dashes past, I guess the supports aren't here, so I guess try to kill a Sigma. This is a super unusual situation. I have no idea why the heck the supports aren't here, but I think normally, assuming the Sigma's full health and the supports are healing, I would go for the Genji now, especially with Rock, and potentially kill him.
Collapsing the barrier.
Like he clearly walked behind you there, and you just didn't track that, right? Like you see him go around your backside, and then you just can't give up, even though he's still low. So I don't think that's not ideal. All right, Widow's still up there. Widow gets the kill in the soldier. I mean, at this point, I look at that, I'm like, whoever is up there is, I assume, is gonna get the kill at this point. Kiriko loses to the Widow here. Oh my god, what the heck? The Kiriko had to leave. What? Alright, this is not your fault. That definitely should be dead. I think you need to execute that kill. So rock, and then aim slightly down and hold down. For the record, they changed it in Overwatch 2. I don't know if it's intentional or not, or it's a bug. But now after rocking, you can immediately attack, like instantly attack after. So you wait way too long, and then you miss. So remember, when they're low health like that, and you don't need to hit it direct, just bounce it. Just bounce it into them, right? So that it pops in their face, right? That way you guarantee the damage, and you're gonna kill them no matter what.
Payload secured. Let's move.
Just switch like out. That's great. Anna died, so you're all set. Cart's moving. Right, you can either move the cart slightly faster or control high ground. I would control like that space right there, because again, this could be very problematic, especially if they have more snipers coming out. The Widow, I think, is finally dead, but you don't know this back at any time. Come out as another sniper if you're paying attention. Blue shield now. I repositioned the shield so that it covers high ground. Sigma drops. I don't know why you're grasping the rock. Oh, there's a bad miss. It's not even like the Sigma's dodging you. You just like this is way too far. All right. So now you run into the problem where you see the tank is low, and then you just kind of vision of the tank instead of like once you miss that rock, this is over. Like the supports are here. At this point, I just stop attacking. I assume the tank's not gonna die. There's nothing that can happen here where the tank will die anymore. Right? Because the Kiriko's already healing, and Ana's about to be high ground. The Sigma's not going to die here. Just turn and try to kill the Genji, right? Any splash damage from you is going to kill this Genji for sure. So stop attacking the Sigma. Still attacking the Sigma. No, Sigma is not dying. Oh, I guess Sigma does die there. I think you better for attacking. I'm shocked you got that hit through the fence.
The barrier is weakened.
No wonder.
Look where you're rolling.
My fire is charging.
Alright, they pump Rein. Play assistant joke. I don't think it's the rock. especially against a Rein, because the Rein's gonna push into you if he knows you don't have rock, right? So I think you need to save Rock in that situation. That was a very low percentage.
Enemy over there.
Grass can get you right call there. I mean, that's okay for Grass. You have you have Flux here. You really need this cart to turn the corner before you use this Flux, otherwise your team's not going to be able to help you. So that's what I'd be thinking here, is I just want to play slow.
Actuating the barrier.
So your team can kind of help here. I mean, it's not the worst Flux. You whiff this. Put it slightly further back, because like the thing is, like I think you were trying to get the Rein and the Kiriko, but if you just sent it way further back, you would have picked up the Kiriko and the Soldier at a minimum, if not the Ana. So something here, you miss both of these. This is no good, right? And then the Kiriko lands, and you know she would have died there, right? If you land the shots, because Susu's too late. So that's 100% on you. You need to execute that. The Flux. I feel bad. Like I'm only placing the line except Traveler missing. Alright, Nano is probably one of the worst Nano targets in the game. I mean, I can't kill people. It's just not. It's not like, look, you can Nano and like have it.
This ends now.
Block. Right. Grab it down. Okay, you recognize me. Like doing forward. And so far I think you're playing okay. Right? Obviously, their team's not. Genji doesn't have to be left. Oh, I would put that to the left, right? I would put that to the left and shoot to the right. You know, Kiriko jumped, right? So you have the opportunity to do a lot of damage on the Kiriko. You don't need to worry about that. Like the Rein's not here yet. You're like way too worried the Rein's still gonna challenge. You could still keep putting. You could have literally done like another 200 something damage to both of them, right? Like total, to these heroes if you just kept pushing. Like you glance and be like, hey, does Rein turn a corner? He's not. Okay. Even if Rein turns a corner right here, I think he loses. Your whole team is right here. There's no way. I think that you have to keep putting damage in these guys and build your. I don't know why you're fucking in this situation. Like imagine if you just kept attacking here. Like they're stuck up there. Kiriko has no mobility. So you need like one fire strike. Like you're not a Zarya, right? It's probably not gonna hit it.
Barrier is splintering.
Okay. So they popped rush. Cross back in here.
Mobilizing.
Back in here. So you hear Kitsune rush. Right? Oh, okay, it's your Kitsune. Alright, they counter Kitsune. So I guess it's okay, but again, like I don't want to play that close because like now, because all the heroes are faster, the Rein's gonna get to me really, really quickly. So I would be very cognizant of that. And as soon as blades popped, I just turn around and run back. Right? And try to shoot the Genji. Because your team is so vulnerable to Genji, like you have no real CC here. And is playing back, like the cart's barely moved. I think that you just shield, walk backwards, and try to kill the Genji. That's the best thing you can do right now. Crit skin thing's not a big deal, right? It's pretty normal. Like they kind of touch their ultimates, they pop them down. Don't play like literally of all places. Don't play this corner right here where the Rein can hit you and you can't hit him, right? Just play the other side of the card. You know, like there's no reason to walk into his swing range. Like if I'm Rein, you're doing that. Bro, like you're doing that until you stop. Okay, now you play the other side. You don't need the shield that much, right? It's just the Genji poking here. I think you save the shield for the Hanzo. No, your team is not playing like this tight angle right here. They're all playing to the right, so you don't need the shield in this spot. You're just burning your shield for nothing. Bad rock. Right? Okay.
My barrier is gone.
Right? If Rein proves it consistently, like rock my shield, I stop throwing rock back. The diamonds, like, okay, so you're having trouble moving through this choke, right? But have options here. Right?
Cannot
I think that
withstand much more.
mostly you're just missing, right? Like let's just watch all our shots here. Miss, hit, miss, that's what,
much more.
eight attacks and you missed 7 of them, right? Just keep putting pressure on the Rein. It's okay. Like, I understand. It's like, yeah, it's tough. He's got the shield there. It's not infinite, right? He cannot infinitely hold this choke with the shield, right? Like, if the Genji goes in left room, like, fire shots at him. Once he's in there, it is what it is. You can't really stop the Genji, right? Just play left side of cart and just keep putting pressure on the Rein shield and force the Rein shield to either come in and commit or
Stays in
again. Why are you walking to the Rein? Like, let's think about like just mentally.
payload in motion.
What's going through your head? Decide, hey, I'm gonna shoot him, and then you walk straight into him. You know, what do you see here? What do you read here that tells you, okay, let me walk into the Rein's swing range? Also, it's gonna make it really hard for you to block Shatter, which I guarantee you the Rein would have after this. Now you have Shatter. So, you know, 1, I think you lost a lot of health in your shield putting it here when you didn't need it. Number 2, you're not staying out of swing range. Number 3, you're not burning the Rein shield down, right? And from a distance where you could reactively respond to the Shatter. And number 4, you let your shield break, which you should never have happen, right? Release it if it's like down to, you know, very low health. That way you can flash your shield to potentially block a Shatter. Okay? And then 5, you clearly aren't ult tracking. Right? I would understand if you were tracking it and then you missed it, right? It's not easy, right? I don't think you consistently 100% stop Shatters by any means. But you clearly weren't even like thinking about that because you let your shield break. So it didn't feel to me that you stopped and you walked into Shatters. You're missing people after they get rocked. You should shield here. Right? You hear the Hanzo. You see the Hanzo up high. Okay. As soon as I hear the Storm Arrow start, right? We pop Storm Arrow, I turn and shield. Right? That's your cue right there. It's turn and shield right here. Anna dies. Shield. Maybe, but stand over. Go. Nope, still missed it.
The payload advances.
Again, if you just his shield was so low, just break the shield and then rock him, right? Good. Timing was a little off. Yeah, you got it.
Cybernetics.
So you hear enough going on here. I would step out through here and kill them, right? And make sure your team gets like clearly your team is not walking over here for fun. That you can hear them out here. You can like see the fighting going on. Just walk out there and help them. Now your Genji dies. I don't know why you're not helping. Right? What are you doing standing here? Like, is there some value you have by standing in main with no enemy heroes there except for Tracer who shows up now? No, just go and help them.
The enemy
Now your team is 2-2 up top. Good kill on the Tracer. I guess he was being an idiot. No world to that Tracer. Get shattered. I like sort of understand this because you're back, you're like busy, but the thing is like you're rushing this fight too much. Like your pacing here is poor. You're like, oh, maybe we can move the card all the way to the end. No, like kill these people over here. They're gonna get another fight for sure, right? Another fight, maybe even 2 fights here. Like go clear this out, come back, and then play main. This is sloppy.
The enemy outnumbers us. Caught in the slipstream.
You're the Rein charge in, don't react to this at all. Shattered.
Now, to begin again.
Okay, so you stay at Sig. You know, I think this is not a great. This is a great map for Sig. Even the final point I say is a very good map for a good point for Sig. But their lineup is not that great for Sig. With the Rein and the Kiriko and the Tracer is kind of tough. I think, you know, obviously Rein here would be okay. I think Winston here would be okay. Diva here would be okay. But I'm not saying that Sig is unplayable. I'm really struggling trying to figure out how to. Okay, again, you're like really blocking. I guess you recognize that you have an advantage. I don't actually know. Yeah, you killed the Tracer, but I don't know how you feel that confident. Because like, the Ana is there. You get slept here and grenaded and die. Right? Like the shield is here. Okay. I guess you're now at this point, like if you get slept and naded, you die.
Feel better?
And it's just grenades and what do you do? Grasping for some reason. Like what are you grasping? The Ana? It's just the Ana. This is not the right one. I want to ride Why are you meleeing? What the heck is this thought process? You really think that you can fight a Rein at close range? I think it's crazy. Rein can also charge you at close range very easily, and there's basically no time to react. You definitely can't rock. Right? That close to you, he's gonna
Actuating the barrier.
like this feels to me like impatience. Right? You're like, hey, I just want to go. I just want to be done with this. I just want to fight this, win this fight, and get it over with. But that's just not what Sigma can do. Right? Like Sigma's a very patient man. Not like you jump in there looking for all that. Remember I told you like shatters up, right? Rein just naked shatters you, even though you have shield available, because you are not tracking. You have your shield up in the air. Yeah, this is just sloppy, right? You're just kind of right, get blown up again. And again, this is like entirely your fault. Like your team can't do anything because you're just getting absolutely wrecked here over and over and over again. Like, your team's not even getting shattered really. Alright, come out once more.
My ultimate is ready.
Barrier initialized.
30 seconds.
Again, not helping your flank, right? Who cares?
Thank you.
Who cares what's going on there? Right, go help. What is happening over here? You can hear the attacks. Like the Rein is just sitting on a cart. That's fine. Like, you have plenty of
Barrier
time.
initialized.
30 seconds.
Dismantle. Right.
Barrier is splintering.
Just go to the right.
It's go.
Oh, yeah. Just go to the right. And then you drop. Right. Sleep. Quite execute it.
Victory slipping away. No.
I don't even know. I'm trying to recognize what's going on there. Feel help, right? You're like really frustrated, and you're like, you don't know what to do, and the whole thing is just a mess, right? Ultimately, again, as Sigma, you have to be much more patient, right? Wear down their resources, right? Wear down their resources.
Stay
Then,
in sight, and I'll keep you safe.
you're trying to commit when they have everything. They have all the bullets. They have grenade, they have Suzu, they have full Rein shield, right? He has charge, right? He has shatter. Like, you have to bait it out. That's just the way Sigma works. Like, your aim is pretty good, right? You probably got here largely because your aim is good, but it's not going to carry any further because the other Rein knows what you're doing. And you're just kind of you're constantly walking into him, letting him. Okay, so let's just think for a second. If you're playing as Rein, would you rather the Sig be here, or would you rather the Sig be here? Let's just think about this for a second. Would you rather him be here, or would you rather him be here? If the Sig was in your face right now, how would you feel? Would you feel in danger, or would you feel thrilled? Because I would feel thrilled if I was playing Rein and their Sigma was in range of me, so that I could swing it out. I'd be like, cool, I will take this fight because you're gonna absolutely wreck him. You know, like you'll just absolutely demolish him. You have more health, you have more armor, right? You have charge, you have fire strikes, you have swing, which cannot be stopped by grasp. If he rocks, you can easily flick shield and block it. Like, clearly, as Sigma, this is winning for Sigma. This is not winning for Sigma, and yet you continually, as Sigma, walked into the enemy Rein's face, right? Causing you to take a ton of damage and feeding him all charge. Okay, so now you're in this weird situation where you're playing Rein in Circuit Royale, which is generally, especially first point, is not a great Rein map, Rein point, and you're stuck in no man's land, right? You're just stuck in the middle here. Like, what are you doing here? Think about it. What are you doing here? Like, imagine they have a Widow here. Are you stopping the Widow from killing your team up top? No. Or Widow Hanzo? Yeah. Are you stopping anything? Nope. You're not blocking anything, right? Imagine they have Genji, right? Genji dashes over here. Can you stop him? No. He just keeps walking away. He just walks away from you, right? Like, imagine they have a Tracer and Tracer goes behind you, right? Or imagine they have a Junk and they're spamming you or spamming your team. You're not doing anything in this position right now, right? So if you're going to be playing Rein in this situation, which I would not recommend, but if you're going to be playing Rein in this position, play the corner here, right? Be a threat, right? Force the Sigma back, at least, and play there. And then when you need to retreat, you can retreat here, right? And then you can retreat the car maybe if you have to, right? Or you can go high ground. There's a lot of options here, but playing right here in the middle of the road is the worst possible spot that you could be. Right? See, Grasshead, you're so afraid of walking forwards. Like, you're full health and your supports can see you, right? Walk forward. Hug the left wall. Walk forward. You're half now your shield's really broken. You see how helpless and futile you feel right now? You're just swinging at air. Like, oh, my shield's down. Just swing. Let me stand here. Like, the other team is thrilled. They're like, okay, we're burning down the resources. B, we're all farming ult charge. Right? You're just standing here doing nothing. You're basically a training player. Right? You'll drop, react to it, but break it, got it. Again, you have an opportunity to switch right there. I don't know the range of life. That's fine. Get the shoots back. He's farming the third round from you. Rock comes, right? You can't do it because you don't have shield because your shield broke. Like, now you're taking damage. You can just go back on it now. Yeah, pretty much nothing. You're like slow. I guess in your head, you're like, okay, I'm slowing the cart down. But that's fine. If I'm the opposing team, I'm like, I'm going to kill your whole team, and then we kill you. Right? Your whole team has been forced back. You made no space for them. Nothing you did created space for your team.
Sibelian can't take much more.
Break. Let your shield break. I would be surprised, honestly, if you played Rein consistently. I bet your Sigma feels much better than your Rein. I don't feel like your Rein, assuming this is PC, is diamond level. At least not high diamond level. You said this is a Diamond Masters game, so I assume you're high diamond. This does not feel like diamond level Rein play to me. You don't really feel decisive about where you want to go. You're not getting nearly enough swings in, right? You're already at 53. You're at 53% ulti. The Sigma's 58. His ultimate takes a much longer to charge than yours. You should be at like 75% plus right now. You know, you're not getting any hits in. You're not landing any fire strikes. Okay, you're letting your shield break consistently, and you're just sitting there with the target for no reason. Not even blocking, not even like shielding off of your shield. Kills or 100 little great, right? So for the record, they have 3 here, right? And then you have 4, and the Genji's behind you. So you should turn and you should attack that Genji. See him, right, in your shield, right? Great. Now I force the fight, for sure. I force the fight right now. Right? If you're thinking about it, shatter after that grasp. Right? I think shattering after that grasp, I think is a very reasonable thing if you've done it right away to get both supports. Shatter farms so fast that I think thinking about trying to shatter. Every you just get one, every opportunity you farm shatter so fast. Reasonable shatter. Oh, wait, yeah, the Genji starts dashing. The Genji dashes into you, your instant should be swinged right away. Even if you're low health, like he's gonna get behind the shield, so you can't. Top rush. They have all 5. You have all 5, but you've managed to get really low somehow. Let's back up. Let's how to make it low. So, even as tanks, you still need to play cover, right? You have no cover here. Like, if you get burned here, like, let's say a Bastion comes around the corner right now. You get absolutely, you're just dead, right? You should still think play left side or play right side. Just don't necessarily stand right in the middle. The card is too low. You can't be missing these fire strikes in critical moments like this. All you have to do is put the fire strike straight down the middle. That's way too far to the left. Right? Again, yes, I think that's okay. Jump fighting. Visor's up. So, I think one thing to think about here is when visor's up, you have two options. So you have two options here. Number one is you could shield for the soldier, or number two is that you could go after the Rein, right? So in this situation, I would actually just go after the Rein, right? The reason being is I don't feel comfortable with how much cover there is here and the fact that he needs to swing the corner, that the soldier's going to be able to do anything with this visor. I think pretty sure he's going to try to shoot the Genji. Genji's going to dash, reflect, and get the safety. And then the soldier's going to swing wide here, and he's going to have nothing to shoot, right? So I think basically a second after this, I would probably charge the Rein. Right, so let's see what happens. He's got nothing there. Right, Rein's shooting him off. Yeah, so this is pretty much exactly what I thought was going to happen, which is he can't do anything with the visor. But if you charge that Rein, I guarantee he would swing with you, right? He would swing with you and then go after the back. As Rein, you have to track all of Ana's all abilities as though they're ultimates. Both Sleep and Grenade can both kill you as Rein so easily. And then you get aggressive here. And I don't know what your Q is that makes you feel like you can be aggressive. Okay, and maybe this is what you're talking about when you're like, hey, I don't know when to hold W, right? You just popped your ultimates. Okay, you just popped your ultimates and got no value out of it. What makes you think? Right now it's a stalemate, right? Nobody's moving forward. What makes you think, oh, I can step in right now and I can win this fight? Just looking at this, okay? Does this look like, oh, we're definitely going to win this? No, this feels like a stalemate. Stalemates are good when you're playing defense, right? It is the offense's responsibility to figure out how to make a play. All you have to do, right, when it's even, when it's a stalemate in neutral, all you have to do is stay alive, right? Stay alive, hold the line. You're totally good, okay? You're forcing this fight for no reason, and you give them an opportunity to kill you, which was going to cause your team to get melted. I feel like you're just, again, all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to go in. Right? I think that if you did one swing, got in, right, did Fire Strike, and then shielded and came back, I think that would have been good, right? And you got good damage. Because Rein's clearly scared, right? But once you pass that point, and the Ana's on your left, then he's left. So to answer your question more generally, like, oh, like, when do you W, right? When do you go into the enemy team? You go into the enemy team when you have an advantage, okay? When you think that going in is going to be better than not going in. So what kind of advantage is there? Well, most notably a pick, right? If someone dies on the opposing team, that's an advantage. That's the most obvious advantage. But if you see the Ana like throw away Sleep or Grenade or both, definitely that's an advantage, right? You see Kiriko, Yusuzu. That's a small advantage. Not a big advantage, but a small advantage, okay? You did actually see Kiriko, Yusuzu, but I don't think you knew that was like what you were reacting to, right? You see the Genji, for example, dash back, right? Kiriko uses this step. Like, those are things that you can use. Okay, so coming back out of here, right? They're clearly in chase down situation. So Ana's here. Why are you not charging to her right away? Right? Because I want to make sure to intercept the Genji, because you can hear the Genji. Right? I want to make sure to intercept the Genji and/or block the Kiriko from potentially killing Ana. Your Ana dying here is disastrous. If she dies, you're screwed. Right? You're way too slow to get over here to the Ana. And dies. And now you cannot contest this. So 4 and 4, but down a. Is it 4 and 4? No, now it was 3 on 4. Right, so you're doing the correct thing, just staying way back, right, waiting for your Ana to show up. Go for shatter, you should know that. That's what you do sight without shattering. No block, right? Not about it. So, definitely take some shattering. So, remember that shatter does the block. I think shattering right here when I'm inside of him, like where the shatter will hammer come down in him, where you can't block it, that's perfectly reasonable. That will shatter him and the rest of the team, and I think that's a fight winning right there. Wait, really lost time. You've already lost it. Yes, you've lost it. Your shatter is way too late to impact. So for this, right? There's this corner and this corner. Those are the only corners you have to play. Can you play this corner? Well, is everybody here right now? They are not, right? These two are coming back, okay? So you cannot play this corner because you will lose, right? Because there'll be 5 people walking into you and you will lose. So what does that mean? You have to play this corner. Playing in the middle here is not a valid spot. This is not a defensible position to stand in the middle here, right? Just go back and play the next corner. See how far ahead that ride is of chatter than you?
Enemy
Can't miss this fire strike. He's just in your face. Like he's coming straight at you. Just set it down here. You can get 3 people with this. That's crazy. Anna has the nano right now. Reasonable nano. Yes. Charging is also an option. Alright, get purple. Play slow. I would have jumped from here. I would have jumped onto this. I'm pretty sure you can make that jump. I would have jumped on and killed the Cassidy. Because I don't think there's anything that you can do. Shatter. Do anything to shatter? No. I would have walked behind this Rein. I would have walked behind the Rein, getting ready to shield if Anna tries to sleep me, and shattered him. So Rein is doing what you should have done on offense, which is pushing out your flankers. I probably would have fire strike right away because he's not gonna have. He's so low. He's not gonna have time to kill anybody before I can put the shield back up. You're up 2, right? You're up 2. This is where you force the fight, even with purple. Even with purple, I would have charged him. Right? Even with purple, I would have charged him. Because your team is about to all be able to help you very soon. This is the worst time to be back. Big shatter by the Rein. You really have to win this fight right now because you're down 2. Okay? This is like the final fight, right? I would shatter this way and hope that shatter is going to go downhill and hit the end. I'm not totally sure at this distance. Like over here, for sure, it's gonna go. Here, I don't know, but I would try for it because you're really limited on options right now. The longer this fight goes on, the worse it gets. Their spawn is much, much closer, and your 2 people just died. So it's about to be 5-on-2 or whatever very, very soon. You must win this fight right now. You must shatter. Shatter, right? This is like a good example where it's like you're playing for time that you don't have. Right? You're stalling for time, but the fight gets worse and worse every moment that goes forward. You saw him kill 2. Right? There's no reason to not recognize that you're down. Okay. So again, Hanzo's over here, they're playing for their Hanzo's, right? He gets forced out. That's I think that's a reasonable fact, right? I do like the way you flip that. I think you really need to get the supports there, but you got the Rein. Okay, so what to say? Number 1 is you don't know how to play Sigma against Rein. I already covered it in great detail, but you don't know how to play Sigma against Rein. You're just getting within range of him. You're not trying to block shatters. You don't really understand the concept of like burning down his resources, which is really unfortunate since you're in Diamond. You really should know this already, but you don't really know how to play Sigma against Rein. 1. 2 is on Rein. It doesn't really feel like you know how to play Rein. Certainly not at the Diamond level. Like I don't think you recognize how much damage you should be doing. I think your mechanics of Fire Strike and to some extent like swinging your hammer are not very good. Like you basically never spin your camera to make sure you get the long distance hits. You virtually never charge. Which is really unfortunate because charge is a really good tool now that it's cancelable. And you let your shield break multiple times, and I don't think your shatters are particularly good. So I think on Rein, it feels like a significant drop in skill with your Rein play. 2. 3, overall, I feel like you don't have a good sense of timing, which you did talk about, right? A sense of patience, of knowing like when to go, when not to go. And I think maybe that's the biggest takeaway here is understanding, does my team have an advantage or not? Okay? Most notably, simply, is someone dead, right? Alternatively, has the enemy team used something that would have prevented me from rolling over the opposing tank? You know, that's really important too, right? So with Sleep and Grenade are used by Ana, I can be much freer and swing the hell away at their Rein, because I have an Ana, right? And their Rein tries to fight me, he's gonna get grenaded or he's gonna get slept, and then they lose. Okay, I think that's really important here, is just understanding the concept of advantage and using that advantage. All right, hopefully that's helpful.